Hi everyone. A few weeks ago, I traveled back to Pennsylvania to spend some time with some family. And while I was there, my cousin and my mom both gave me some really wonderful treasures. A few of you might remember I shared some really nice things that my cousin gave me recently in some of my videos. My cousin's been giving me a lot of stuff that belonged to my family members. The house where my cousin grew up had 3 generations living in that home. So there were pieces in there from my mom, or I'm sorry, from my grandma, who is my mom's mom. My grandma, my aunt, and my cousin. And this Hoosier cupboard behind me is one of the family heirlooms that she gave me, and it's just what a treasure it is. So when I was home, she gave me a few more wonderful quilts. So I'm gonna start with showing you those quilts. Then I'm also going to show you what my mom gave me. So I have lots of goodies. I've already washed up these quilts and I'm just gonna, I don't wanna unfold them the whole way. What I did to dry them was I just hung them over my clothesline because I didn't want to throw these in the dryer, and I did wash them on very, very gentle cycle, almost hand washing, because I just did not want these to get any more tattered than what they already were. And I'll show you here in one spot. You can see that it's starting to, where was that? There's a couple areas where it's just torn. It might be actually on the other one. As I said, I don't want to unfold this totally because I have it to fit in my ice box. So, and after I show you these quilts, I will show you how they look inside my ice box with all my other quilts. But that's the one. And then this one is just so beautiful. And I asked my mom if she would like to have this one, and she said no. So, okay. Mama, if you're watching, well, I know you're watching. I would have gave this to you, but you didn't want it. This is just so beautiful, you guys. And this one actually, oops, sorry, I just bumped my phone. This one fits on a twin size bed. So if I'm going to put it on a bed, I'll just basically fold it and drape it over the bottom. I wish there was a way of knowing. See here, you can see where there's some wear. But you guys, I do not mind at all when quilts are tattered. I actually love them whenever they're tattered, because then you can truly see the age and you know that they were well used. But I really love the colors that this quilt are made of. And then there's this one too. And this one definitely has signs of wear. Here's one of the areas. So these quilts are tattered, you guys. And I'll show you the edge. And here you can see, like, this is what they used on the backing. I love that a lot of times whenever you find quilts now or you buy them, there's usually like a little embellishment to show who made it and what year. I actually have a couple that are like that, and that's really nice. Even though I don't know the people that made the quilts, because I've picked them up at antique shops or Goodwills, so I don't know the people, but it's still part of the story behind the quilts. And this one, this is a very, like stiff material. It almost feels like, not a canvas, but it's definitely stiffer. So I'm not exactly sure what kind of fabric this was made of, but I like the colors in this one too. Really pretty. So I'm starting to get my ice box filled with quilts. I'm just gonna show you really quick how they all look together. And in case you're new to my channel, I'm just gonna tell you really quick where I got all of my quilts. So this one was made by my grandma, and my mom gave this to me, gosh, many years ago. And my mom can still remember it being on the beds when she was a little girl growing up. So whether it was on my mom's or my grandparents, maybe one of my uncles, but my mom can remember it being on the beds. And this one was given to me by my cousin. This one she gave me last year, and it has the Prairie Girl pattern on it. I don't want to take all of these out, but so that was that one. And this one, my cousin also gave me. And all of my quilts are handmade. This is one of the ones I just showed you. And this is the other one that I just showed you. And this one was made by a coworker of mine back in, gosh, I think that was 1997, 1998. Actually, it might have been 96. I think it is dated, but I bought this from her. It was her first ever quilt that she made, and it is so beautiful. And I've shared it in different ones of my videos. And she wanted to sell it, so I bought it for her. And I love that quilt. This is this is the other one that I just showed you. And this one I bought at the Crossroads Country Mall. So I only have like 2 more areas left for quilts. I mean, I'm sure that I can probably try and squeeze a couple more in. Like right here, I could squeeze one and maybe another one up top. But this ice box is perfect for storing quilts. And they just look so beautiful inside. When I was recently at a local antique shop, I noticed that they had powder horns. And they even had a powder flask. And I just really loved them. They were a lot of money though, and there was no way that I was going to pay what they were asking for them. So I started to think, it's like, okay, I know what these are for. And my dad loved hunting with muzzleloader. My dad hunted for as long as I could remember. Whenever I was a kid growing up until about, I think, a year before he died. He loved hunting. And I started to think, wow, wonder if my dad had one. So when I was home visiting, I asked my mom, I said, Mom, I said, did Dad ever have a powder horn? I said, or if he did, you know, because a lot of my dad's hunting stuff was passed on to my one brother. So I thought, well, maybe there was a chance that my brother would have received it. And so we were looking around because I was actually looking for something else at my mom's. We were looking around and sure enough, I found it. I could not believe it. I was practically in tears because I was so excited to find it. And here it is, you guys. Oh my goodness. And it even still has this part intact because the ones that I was actually looking at the antique shop didn't have this anymore. So, and as you can see, it still has this. Oh, how nice is that, you guys? So I will definitely be using this. I have a few ideas of how I'm gonna decorate with this, but I just haven't had the time yet to play around with it. But oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. And it still has the leather strap and it's still in really good condition. So then I also got this. My brother that passed away also enjoyed hunting with muzzleloader. And my dad actually had one of these bags too, but my brother does have my dad's muzzleloader bag. And I was showing my brother when I was home what I found, because I wanted to make sure that, you know, if this was my dad's, that, you know, my brother wouldn't like to have this. And my brother actually told me that no, this was our other brothers who had passed away. This was his muzzleloader bag. So I'm sure that this muzzleloader bag probably isn't too old. I mean, it's definitely vintage. I would put this muzzleloader bag probably at about between 30 and 40 years old. Because, oh my gosh, I've lived, well, I'm trying to think here really quick. My brother it's been almost 26, 27 years since my brother passed away, and you know, he hunted with muzzleloader for many years too. I'm actually the youngest of 7 children. I don't know if I ever mentioned that on my channel to you guys, but so I'm the baby, and my oldest brother was 19 years older than me. So, but this is in really nice condition, and I was really excited because there were still things left inside, and it's nothing really old or anything, but there's like some little pieces like that I could also, you know, incorporate with my decorating, and just like little pieces of cloth and some little needle kind of things that, you know, he would have used. And so this is something really nice to have that, you know, belonged to my brother. So I will definitely be also decorating with this. So when I showed my brother the powder horn, he went downstairs in the basement and he started looking around with me, and he's like, well, what about this, Mel? He's like, don't you want this? And I said, well, I thought maybe you could still use it, because we still have stuff left at the house that belonged to our dad. And it's actually this. It's my dad's muzzleloader bag. It's leather, just like the muzzleloader bag. It's also leather. And this is in really nice condition, you guys. Isn't that nice? Oh my goodness, this will all look so nice. I can just like envision it being hung over a door or on a ladder, even my fireplace. So there's definitely lots of things that I could, or lots of ways that I could decorate with this. I love the fringes. Oh my goodness, so nice. And I also got this. Now, I cannot remember the name of this, but it is very old. And my brother and I were talking, and he said this might possibly be our grandfather's. So if this actually was our grandfather's, that would be just really nice if it was that old and belonged to my grandfather. But it's this, and I can't, it goes to the muzzleloader. It's to like push the stuff down in. My brother said they haven't made them like this in a very long time. And I'm just gonna kind of give you a close up because I have to put it together. Gosh, I wish I could think of the name of what it's not a tamper. It's called a, gosh, I can't think. And my husband's at work, so I can't ask him what it's called. But yeah, oh, it goes this way. Nope, okay, I put it together. Oops, I see what I did. I put the wrong end on. But, you know, I could, of course, you know, just kind of maybe put this in a corner or just something, right? I love decorating with pieces like this. And knowing that they came from family members, it means so much more. Whether or not my dad ever used this, I have no idea. And I'll never know if it actually did belong to my grandfather, but look at the handle. Look at that. Just so, so beautiful. I love the patina of the wood. So, very nice. That's all I have to share with you today. Hope you were inspired. I'll see you in the next one.